Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to run through the basics of pat testing for the Repair Cafe and anybody else who's looking at things in the library of things. This is our little mixer, which we're going to pat test. First operation is check it over. Make sure there's no broken plastic, make sure nothing's falling off, make sure it looks in good condition. If there is anything wrong with it that we can physically see, then we're going to fade it straight away. As part of the pat test, the machine will not be powered up, but it will need to be tested on. So we need to make sure the device is turned on, if at all possible. The next thing to check is the cable, the entire length of the cable. We make sure it's in good condition, it hasn't been trapped, it hasn't been bent too hard, there's no cuts in it. We make sure the entire length of the cable is in good condition. We then move on to the plug. The plug needs to have these guards, these insulation guards on the live and neutral pins. Now you can see that the earth pin is longer than these. When the earth goes into the socket, it opens up to make these live. These guards make sure that when it's not plugged in fully, but enough that it does make contact, little kids can't stick their fingers up and touch them. So, must be in good condition, must have an earth pin, must have these insulations. Assuming this is all good, then we can go ahead and do the pat test. Plug it into the device. We have this lead, which should be touched to anything that's metal, if you can find anything. Sometimes you can't, but hey, we're going to try that. Now, there's two classes of electrical device. There's class 1 and class 2. If this was a class 2 device, then it would have this square symbol, a square within a square. We can't find it on this one. We've already looked. I think there's stickers on the bottom. So there's no symbol there. So we're going to assume that it is class 1. Although a clue is that this is only a 2-core cable. So we think actually it might be class 2, even though it doesn't say so. But we're going to, because it's plastic and because we like to be safe, we're going to test it as class 1 and class 2. Now, we've got the 3 buttons on this machine for testing. Class 1 metal, class 1 plastic. This is clearly a plastic device, even though it has one small piece of metal here. So that's the test we're going to run first. You press, it tests, and it says that's good. Now, because we're playing safe, class 2, we're going to run that test as well. And that's also passed. So this machine is definitely good to go. Hello, we are going to pat test an extension lead today. Now, our machine can cope with normal extension leads and long extension leads. I do not know exactly what the definition of long is, but I'm going to suggest something over 10 metres. Now, whilst this is grubby, it is at least in good condition. There's no cracks, there's nothing broken, there's nothing rattling, so we're happy that that's safe to be tested. We check the lead. The lead is also in good condition and also grubby, but it's got no kinks, no damages, no cuts, so we're good with that. Then we move on to the plug. The plug, slightly looser than the screw, but that's because I did it earlier. Has these insulators on the live and neutral pins. They must be there for it to pass. And again, in good condition, nothing falling apart. So in this case, we will plug it in here. For this, we require this extension lead. This goes into here very firmly and can then be plugged into the extension lead. Now, because this is only a short lead, we don't need to plug the long lead button. We're just going to press power cord, and it's going to test all 3 types, all 3 tests. Now, interestingly, it's failed on one, polarity. What this possibly means is that some bright spark, when changing the plug or cutting the lead to be smaller or something, has wired the plug in back to front. Brown is live. Don't know who chose that, not a good idea. Blue is neutral, and they're in the wrong way round. So the pat tester was correct. The polarity on this plug is wrong and it should be changed.